What is up, everybody? Nico back for another DBD video. We're talking about NFTs again today because I wanted to make a follow-up video to the video I made yesterday talking about this whole Dead by Daylight NFT situation, because all of it is so unbelievably crazy and just the response people are having, you know, and all this stuff. So I wanted to talk about all of it today and kind of break it down. So I talked about all this yesterday as well, so you can go get my full breakdown and my opinion on the whole thing in that video, but I'm going to just quickly recap it again for anybody that is unaware. Last week we got a tweet from Behavior saying recently there's been some talk of NFTs, so we wanted to clear things up. When we work with our licensing partners, we provide them with in-game models as well as chapter keys. They are free to use these however they see fit and rightful owners of these characters. To be very clear, there is no exclusive in-game content linked to these models when they are distributed outside the game in any way. We hope this clarifies some questions and doubts. So this was last week. Yesterday, we got a tweet. Behavior worked with Boss Protocol over several months to adapt in-game models for the use of NFTs and approve them prior to the release of the Pinhead and DBD. NFTs have a chance to grant access to the Hellraiser chapter of DBD. This is only for the PC version, according to the Boss Protocol website. And then it says Park Avenue Entertainment and Boss Protocol are great partners, and it's been a pleasure to work with them to bring Hellraiser to DBD. Again, I said this in yesterday's video. This seems like a contractual obligation. I mean, at the end of the day, you're not going to point fingers and get sued over this crap. So that's just my thought, okay? That's my thought on the whole subject. So originally they made this statement, and I really think they should have included the information that they were working on the NFTs in this tweet, saying that they were involved to some capacity. To what capacity, we don't know. Because at the end of the day, again, when working on with our licensing partners, we provide them with in-game models as well as chapter keys. Park Avenue is the current license holder for the Hellraiser license, but that is changing in December. The original writer, whatever, for Hellraiser is getting the rights back. So, I mean, I think if you think about it for a second, you're losing the rights to a big horror property. It makes sense that you kind of try and make a quick buck before you lose the rights to it. And the whole NFT situation kind of makes sense in regards to that. The Park Avenue is just trying to, you know, make a quick cash grab before any of this goes down. Now, I think it's kind of silly to get upset at DBD because of some contractual thing that's going on. Like, nobody knows what is actually going on behind the scenes. We have a couple of tweets and people are blowing up over this, which is what I'm getting at. $250 for an NFT. And ultimately, I think the smart decision here is if you just don't buy NFTs, you don't have to worry about it. Like, obviously, that, you know, they're working on it, whatever. You know, the models are here. These are the models from DBD. The models are here. No one knows how Boss Protocol actually got a hold of them. It could have been Park Avenue flipping the models, you know, and doing whatever it is to get a cash grab before they lose the license. And that's a huge factor right there in itself. But we just don't know any of the fine print or any of the details around it. So I think it's kind of silly to just kind of jump on the boat of, you know, DBD is awful, blah, blah, blah. But on top of that, you know, these are $250. Who's in the market for this? Who's buying these? Like, that's the ultimate thing. Like, obviously, these are bad for the environment. There's a whole bunch of other stipulations, you know, with money laundering, all this other bad stuff surrounding NFTs. But I don't really think that not buying the Hellraiser DLC or having a refund for the Hellraiser DLC is actually going to affect this in any capacity. It's not going to do anything, because if there's somebody out there who wants to spend their money on this, they're going to spend their money on this, right? And I don't think there's anything anybody's going to do about it. But there's a lot of people, you know, that are on their high horse right now. They're saying, you know, we have to boycott DBD, which I personally disagree with, because I don't know the details. I don't know the fine print of anything that's going on with this particular deal. So I disagree with that sentiment. I disagree that we should be boycotting the game, because honestly, we just don't have enough information to justify that. But at the same time, you know, it came in a weird time for them to do this. They did it a day before Michaela Reed is supposed to drop. The new Survivor drops today in DBD, as well as the update changing a bunch of stuff. So it was going to be a big day. And then tomorrow also we have the new tome and everything and the Halloween event. And I think it was a very awkward time for them to drop it. But regardless, people are saying boycott DBD, do this, do that, because they disagree with NFTs. And I'm on board with that. I disagree with NFTs as well. But ultimately, I don't think boycotting DBD is going to stop NFTs. So I don't think that makes sense. On top of that, if you look at a lot of the devs' Twitter pages, the devs didn't even know that this was happening. This was done at a higher up level in behavior where they signed on the dotted line somewhere, and that it was over all the devs' heads. So all the hard work that the devs are putting into this game is just going to be nullified because people, you know, are boycotting. Now, if you're boycotting, totally fine. Totally fine. That is within your right to do. I 100% understand. If that is what you want, you should be able to do that. Also, I agree with the stance that if you want a refund, you should be able to get a refund because this information was not disclosed in the original tweet. I am 100% on board with all of those things. However, if you are one of the people that wants a refund or wants to boycott, you should not be on social media attacking other people that are going to buy the DLC and are going to enjoy the new Dead by Daylight update, all that stuff. No one should be attacking anyone over this, because that you're on a high horse and then you're going to attack people and you just fall off the horse. You fall dead and the horse kicks you in the face, right? There's no reason to be attacking people that want to just simply enjoy a video game. That doesn't make any sense, especially because most of the community probably doesn't even know this exists, like, honestly. So here's a post I made on my own page, on my own YouTube channel, okay? Now, I'm a smaller DBD content creator, so I don't have a huge number of responses, but of 9 votes, I'm mad and I want a refund, 22%. I don't like NFTs, but I'm not mad at DBD. 44% of people don't care, 11% of people, and what's an NFT, 22%. And this was the sentiment I got from a lot of people. Either, like, people that I talk to about it are like, yeah, NFTs suck, but why be mad at a company when we only have a couple tweets to go off? Or I tried to explain the whole situation to my girlfriend and break it down about what an NFT is, and she was like, I still don't get it. So, like, I like DBD, so I don't really understand what an NFT is, and I like DBD, so I don't really care. You just don't buy the NFT. That's kind of the sentiment I got from a lot of people that I talked to about it on Twitter and in my personal life. But then we come back to the whole high horse situation. You know, you're up on your high horse, NFTs are bad, this, that, and the other. But you got to look at a number of different things in regards to this. If you don't like NFTs, you can't just focus on DBD because it's like one of the biggest parts of your life, right? If you're posting on Twitter about it, obviously you really care about Dead by Daylight, right? You really, really care about Dead by Daylight. However, if you look at a number of companies, let's go Disney. Disney made a Spider-Man NFT. Do you like Spider-Man? Do you like Disney? Or are you boycotting Disney? I don't think many people are. I don't see people ranting on Twitter about it, right? Moving on. Other companies. Nike. Nike is involved in NFTs. Taco Bell is associated with NFTs. Coca-Cola is getting into NFTs. Coca-Cola is in NFTs. So, like, are you stopping drinking Coke? Like, if you buy a Coke, are you now promoting NFTs? Like, at the end of the day, there's so much going on here. Again, another one. The biggest place where I'm seeing people complain about NFTs and about this whole cryptocurrency thing is Twitter. But Twitter's working on a functionality that'll allow you to link your digital wallet and then provide direct linkage between the user and the NFT purchase activity. Twitter is promoting this. They're a huge part of this, but you're on Twitter complaining about NFTs. So are you going to start to, like, use another platform? Are you going to get off Twitter? Like, at the end of the day, I think people are kind of jumping on this we don't like DBD situation without fully having all the information. You know, we don't know what happened behind the scenes with Park Avenue and all that fun stuff, right? And people are jumping on this, you know, because they're very passionate about DBD, whether it be a good passion or a bad passion. There are two types, and people like to go both ways. People are jumping onto this and they're going after DBD because it's such a huge part of their life, right? But other huge parts of their life, you know, if you drink Coke, if you watch any Disney movie, if you watch Star Wars, if you watch Marvel, if you watch any Disney property, you are also supporting NFTs, right? If by that logic, by this, the logic of what is occurring here, if you know, like Nike shoes, if you wear a pair of Nike shoes, or if you eat at Taco Bell ever, you are now a contributor to NFTs, right? That is based on the logic that is going on Twitter and people reacting to this particular situation. I don't like this situation. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted, okay? I don't like this situation at all. I don't like it. But at the end of the day, I don't know what happened at the higher up level in behavior. I don't know the contractual obligations. I don't know who did what that led to this decision. Okay, I don't know what Park Avenue had to do with it. I don't know what Boss Protocol had to do with it. I don't know anything aside from what these 2 tweets tell me. All right. And based on these, I made some, I made some comments yesterday. You can go watch a separate video when I break down both of the tweets specifically. You can go watch that video. But like at the end of the day, we just don't know enough. And I think people just need to take a breath. Obviously, like I said, if you want to boycott the game or want a refund, I agree. You should be allowed to do both of those things because they were a bit shady and not showing this information prior. But again, I'm not going to pass judgment because I just don't know enough. No one knows enough. Everybody's jumping on board, and we got a couple tweets, guys. That's it. And I don't know about you guys, but I try to not jump to conclusions based on a couple of internet posts without having any further supporting evidence. That's just a me thing. I don't know. But it's all just very convoluted, and I think when you look at some of the other stuff going on with NFTs and other companies, attacking DBD specifically just kind of seems ridiculous. Like, just don't buy the NFTs. If there's not a market for NFTs, then the market dies. That's just my thoughts. But that is going to conclude this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you want a refund? Do you, want to boycott DBD? Are you going to still play the new Michaela Reed stuff today in the new update? Let me know what side of the fence you're on, because everybody seems to have a different stance on this particular matter, and I'm curious what people have to say. Now, if you're rude and if you're a dickhead to people in my comment section, I'm just going to delete your post, because you don't need to have a voice if you're just going to be rude and not be able to have an adult conversation. That's just how it works. But that is going to be it for this video. If you guys found it entertaining and helpful, make sure you leave a like and sub for more DBD content in the near future here. But like I said, that's it, and I hope to see you all in the fog.